is up, Farrah gang? I am here today to tell you about my birth story. Go ahead and get some popcorn, get cozy. If you want to hear about my birth story, you stay tuned. Okay. Leading up to the day that I had my baby, I had been dilated, I want to say 3 centimeters for like through 2 or 3 weeks before my baby came in. Before that, he had dropped. He had dropped, I think, I want to say around Christmas, like right after, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas sometime, so pretty early. And he was due in February. My due date was Valentine's Day. He was my little love baby. And so yeah, so fast forward to he's dropped, I'm dilated, walking around, working and things like that. And the night of February, well, really the morning of February the 4th, I woke up at like 4 o'clock and I was like, dang, I think I have to use the bathroom. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I felt like I had, like, I don't know, not like peed on myself, but I was like, I don't know, like when I sat up, it was different. So I went to the bathroom. I was like, okay, well, I'll just lay back down. That's fine. And I woke up again and I was like, okay, something is like, it did it again. When I sat up, I was like, okay, this is not right. So I called, you know, like the on-call number, and they're like, oh, if you don't see any of this or any of that, then you can go to your regular doctor or you can come to the hospital. I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel nothing, so I'm gonna just chill, I guess, go back to sleep or whatever, bounce on the medicine ball, which was a tip that my sister Nicole gave me for the pelvic pain, because it was feeling like somebody was just like punching me in the pelvis. Oh, it was, oh, the pain, child, the pain. So I did that, and once it was around 7 o'clock, Jamar was like, we need to go to the hospital. And he's all like nervous. He was trying to act like he wasn't, but he really was. I was like, calm down, jittery. It was cute. So he was like, we need to go to the hospital. So at this point it's like 7 o'clock, and we went to UNC. But before we stopped at UNC, we stopped at Walgreens because your girl needed some chapstick. I was like, I'm not about to have this baby be uncomfortable and have chapped lips. So we stopped at Walgreens. But I wasn't hurting or anything. It was just what had happened at like around 4 o'clock that morning that Jamar was like, I think we need to go to the hospital. So I was like, okay, ease your mind, whatever. And I'm the type of person, I don't want to go to the hospital or anything if it's a false alarm. I don't want to waste my time. So, but this time he was like really adamant and we were really close to the due date. So I was like, okay, let's just go. We get there and I've started having like mild cramps, which I had them a little bit the week before, like nothing serious or whatever, just, you know, like mild cramp feeling things. Little did I know they were contractions. Little did I know. So I get to the hospital, I get checked in, and actually the ward was full, so I had to sit in the waiting room where the parents of other people, the family members of other women, were waiting for them to have the baby. So I'm in there having contractions, and at this point I'm starting to feel them. Like, they're not bad, but I'm knowing, okay, this is probably, I didn't know it was gonna, what a contraction was feeling like, but I was like, okay, this is probably it, but I'm not sure. I still wasn't in like pain, but it was kind of like discomfort. So by this point, Jamari is mad because they they didn't give me a room. Like, what if I was, you know, having the baby? So I finally got a room, and I get checked eventually, and they're like, "Oh, your water broke." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, your water broke. We're gonna admit you." I'm like, "Hold up." I was ready for this. So wait a second. We're not supposed to be having this baby today. I'm like not expecting this. And it was a Monday, mind you. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not expecting this. But yeah, they were like, your water broke. So what I was feeling at 4 a.m. that morning was my water breaking. And like I told y'all in one of the videos before, it wasn't like a gush. So I was like, what is this? Like, this can't be my water breaking. Like, in the movies, it gushes out like all over the floor and stuff, but that didn't happen to me. I felt something, but it wasn't that. But you know, like, once you're really pregnant, anything can happen. You know, you just get all liquidy. But yeah, so we were admitted, and we got moved to the room where I was going to be having the baby. And I called my mom. Well, we stayed in that room where they checked me, like the triage room. And I called my mom, and she was like, I'll be there soon. I was like, yeah, okay. Because I love my mama. But yeah, so then they finally moved me to the delivery room, and I was like, oh, it's getting real. And in the delivery room, I had a really nice nurse. I was just like chilling. It was probably like 10 o'clock that morning by that time. My mom had gotten there. And I asked Jamari, you know, let everybody know that I'm at the hospital, but don't come yet. His parents come. My dad comes. I'm like, where are these people coming from? I said, no one come yet. So everybody's in the room with me, and by this point, like, my contractions are starting to hurt, like, really badly. I'm walking around. I was like rocking on the medicine ball that they had, and I was lucky enough, my doula, listen, if you are not thinking about getting a doula, please change your mind and get one. They are so helpful. So I mean, I was blessed to have my mom and Jamari there as support, but the doula took it over the top. Like, I had written my birth plan down, and all I had to do was show her, and she made sure everything was done. I didn't have to worry about anything. So I had made sure to ask for her, and she came. I met her. She was wonderful. And once the contractions got really bad, I was like, F this ball. I was mad. I was like, F this ball. And at that point, my doula made sure I wanted it dark in the room, so she made sure to put the curtains down. It was very dark in there, and I wanted it quiet. And at that point in time, everybody, well, Jamari's parents and my mom were in the room, and I was hurting real bad. And my dad came in the room, and he was talking. I'm like, I'm hurting. I was very ill. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was very ill. But I was grateful that my parents were there and Jamari's parents were there. And my sister FaceTimed me. He was like, oh, you can do it, you know, giving me encouraging words. So I really appreciated that. And at that point, I had gotten in the shower. I really wanted to originally have a water birth, but I had heard that there are chances that, you know, you can rent out and spend money on this pool, and you end up not being able to use it. That's a waste of money. And I was like, I'm not too sure. I'm not really sure what to expect, so I don't think I'm going to do it. So instead, I got in the shower. So basically, Jamari, I stood in the shower, and Jamari just like ran, like moved the head of the shower around for me, and it was so soothing. Like, I loved it. And once I got out of there, things like really progressed really quickly. They gave me options of, you know, the epidural and the gas, and after a while I was like, okay, like, I'm hurting, I need something. So I was like, okay, let me try the laughing gas. A waste of time, because you're having contractions and you have to hold the mask yourself. Like, they make you sign a waiver or whatever that says you have to hold the mask. No one else can hold the mask for you. I'm hurting. I'm not worrying about holding a mask and breathing in. Like, so basically I wasn't using the gas. I wasn't using it right. My doula had to say, you can hold the mask up to your face and breathe in while you're having contractions, but it hurt so bad. I was not worrying about any mask. Like, I was like, I don't even know what happened to the mask when it was time for me to push. Like, I guess I threw it, or I don't know, but I wasn't using it. So it comes time to push, and oh, let me say that the doula did this pressure thing on my hips and took a lot of pressure off of my hips. That really helped me. And as far as like any other, I didn't need Pitocin, because my contractions just started. Like, I mean, 1 second I was like having mild cramps, the next I feel like it was like full blown get him out of me. It was crazy. It happened, I felt like it happened quickly, but it was over a good span. You know what, now that I say it happened quickly, it was kind of slow in my opinion, because I had to keep asking, like, will y'all check me, see how dilated I am? And once they told me I was 10 centimeters, boy, I was like praising God. I was literally praising God. Okay. So it's time for me to push, and I tried a few different like pushing angles, and I finally found one that worked. And they kept saying, oh, he's coming, keep pushing, he's coming. And my mom, I'm like making sure my mom's doing it. I'm like, where's my mom? And I'm like, are they lying to me? Where is he? Get him out. Where is he? Because the whole time I had been waiting for him. It felt like I was feeling him come, and then when I stopped pushing, he'd go back. I was like, where is this baby? Where is he? Because I don't feel him. Where is he? I was like, are they lying to me? My mom was like, no, he's coming. I see him. I see his hair. And he had a head full of hair. So when I got like tired of them being like, oh, he's coming. So I just like pushed with everything I could, and before I knew it, he was laying on my chest. And I didn't want any, you know, like towels or anything in between us, so we could do skin to skin immediately. That was one of my requests, and my doula made sure that happened. And I wanted delayed cord cutting as well, so we also did that. And I wanted it for only 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes went by so quickly, just like admiring the baby. And you know, I can't believe I had a natural birth, and I did it, and I didn't scream, and I didn't cry. Like, I really did it. I'm so grateful that my baby is here. He is everything I thought he would be and more. I love him so much. It was definitely worth it. He was definitely worth it. He stayed in the hospital 3 days and went home, and I've never been away from him since. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, you know, comment down below. But that is my labor story. I'm happy to share that with y'all. And yeah.